Hi everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We've got another video for you as part of the Australian box. Today I'll be tasting and talking you through the Bortoli Regional Reserve Chardonnay, the 2018 vintage from the Yarra Valley. So the Yarra Valley is located in southern Victoria, so just to the east of South Australia, and we're not too far from the ocean, so there is a moderating influence from the ocean there. And then what this does to the grapes that are grown there is it extends the growing period, so it allows the grapes to accumulate really nice delicate flavours without getting too overblown or too sort of chunky and losing that nice definition of fruit flavour that we all love in a good Chardonnay. And now the Bortoli family, they've been based there and were established in 1928, so they're one of the oldest and also one of the largest producers there. And now we might all think that being a big producer is a bad thing, but I just think that means they know their place and they know the vineyards and they know their surroundings all that much better. So I think they've got about 200 hectares, and this is a blend from all their best sites there. So they're taking some from a place that's a little bit warmer, some grapes from a place that's a little bit cooler, and they just managed to achieve a really nice balance in their Chardonnays. Another thing about the Yarra Valley, given that it's somewhat cooler than other parts of Australia, and having this moderating influence from the sea, it allows grapes such as Chardonnay and Pinot Noir to thrive there, because these are two grapes that ripen a bit earlier, but if you've got frost or any sort of severe weather at the start of the growing system, that can really damage your crop. So they thrive there. In the past, sort of 80s and 90s, there was a bit of a caricature of the wines that were coming out of the Yarra Valley. They were big and tropical and sort of really full of oak, you know, really sweet and a bit sickly, if you like. You know, they wouldn't work too well with food. But the Yarra Valley was one of the first regions to sort of forge a new name for itself and move towards more balanced and fresher wines. And I think this exemplifies all that we're looking for in a modern Chardonnay. You know, it's got some of the riper fruit there, sort of yellow apple and a bit of grapefruit, but it's still really fresh. And the Bortoli family, they do use a fair bit of new oak and French oak in all of their wines, but this is a bit more subtle. You know, it's just there to add a bit of a smoky note or like a bit of struck match, which is really inviting on the nose. And when you have a sip, yeah, more of that orchard fruit comes out, and you get a bit more white peach and that grapefruit. But what's really impressive is the acidity that just livens the palate. And I'm still salivating now. It really makes you want to have a bite to eat with it, which I think the wines of the past you'd struggle to do. So yeah, it's more of an everyday wine, I think, as part of the box. One that's just immediately enjoyable. Just take the screw cap off and you'll be ready to go. Cheers!